This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin Freakin.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol Live. It's a freaking Sunday. Big Ben, Textillion, Reverse Thread here with us live. Good to see you, my friend. I see you probably joined us live because you went to go watch the show the other night, and you're like, where the fuck is it? It's not on YouTube. And you're right, it wasn't on YouTube. We're back on YouTube tonight, though. We're on Facebook. Socialist Aunt, Warlord, Crix, Michael R. Hassler, welcome in. Bon Jovi died today? Oh, Bon Jovi. Oh, you're talking about my bandana. Bon Jovi Red. Bon Jovi Red, talking about the bandana. Bon Jovi alive. As well as, like, he said his voice was back, and he was 100% before a new tour. I just read that the other day. I know not a lot of you have Facebook accounts, but if you have Facebook, will you please do me a favor? Will you pull up the Justin Freakin Facebook page? I'm sorry, there's two of them. I got locked out of the first one I had. The one with way more followers, that's the one you want to go to. The one with like 5,500 followers, something like that. Go to that one that's posting shit like all goddamn day today. Oh, Socialist Dawn already changing my bandana color. What color you want it? Going with purple. I love it. I'm sorry, Thread. I know you have your routine, and here's the thing. I tried to edit the show and put it up as a podcast, but it was going to take like 3 hours to upload to YouTube. I'm like, it's going to be 6 o'clock in the morning. I can't stay up that late. I tried to get it up for you, but like, if I didn't broadcast it live, it has to upload, and then that takes forever. So I'm sorry. What it was we tried out something on Twitch. Was it Thursday night? Yeah. So we did, I'm only horizontal tonight on Twitch. I think there needs to be some kind of update for my software for me to do both. But we were trying out doing both, and it didn't give me any new viewers, so we're back to YouTube. Buzzy Simba. But see, that's the thing, is because like I'll fucking listen to music or something, it'll take my VODs down. I try to remember to go and make sure the VODs publish on Twitch. So if you guys are on Facebook, please do me the favor, go to the Justin Freakin Facebook page. Has about 5,000 followers. Follow the page. Go through, like all the videos I've done today. If you see one you really like, share it out. I've published like a gazillion videos in the last day or two. Facebook has told me I get my monetization back as soon as I reach 300,000 views. And I probably got that today, but it has to be 300,000 views from my new videos since I hit go on that button. And the last couple days haven't been as fruitful for me as I do usually. So if you will just go and help those new videos take off, I would greatly appreciate it. I have a video. Yes, please spam my page. Comment, like, blah, 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 whatever on Facebook. If you have it, if you don't, I understand. Nobody likes Facebook. It is your birthday and your 12th Father's Day. Well, light one up and tip one back for Reverse Thread. Oh. And a toast to you, my friend. I don't think I barely had any in that. Curious is running to get us some weed here in a little bit. Princess Kimberly. Fragwitz. Fragwitz, you could be referring to multiple different things. I don't know which exactly you're referring to. But okay. So, I'm going to show you a police chase tonight. I have the whole thing. We're probably going to just watch the news clip here and then we'll watch the whole thing on Twitch afterwards. But if you don't know what happened, cops got called for a homeless man, and somehow, some way, that homeless man ended up grabbing one of their cruisers and leading them on a wild chase. So I put that up earlier, so if you were following me on Facebook, you would have already seen that video. Edited it together, looked beautifully, because I had to go to 2 different news stations, took one video and another video, edited them together, made it look real good. So perhaps you want to go watch that video on Facebook right now and give me a like for it. It was indeed wild. Oh, I can't. If you like police chases and standoffs and getting caught in the rain, tonight's your show. You should really be into it. We had a Dunkin' Donuts standoff, a stolen ambulance pursuit, the homeless man stealing the cop car. We got 2 planes almost colliding on a runway. Oh, there was a deadly police chase in D.C. A guy on a scooter got I might have been a kid, because remember, I'm not a pre-watch Andy. I don't do these news stories before I do them with you guys. So it was a kid, somebody on a scooter or a moped got taken out during a police chase in D.C. A cashier has been accused of selling and then hiding the winning lottery ticket from a customer. Video of a Starbucks worker getting into a fight, a teen takeover in Washington, D.C. 2 planes almost collided on the runway. I got video of it. A Colorado trooper has been fired for falsifying records. And did an Arby's employee give a customer herpes because they spit in their food? All that and a lot freaking more tonight on the Troll Patrol Live. Good evening. Both of my YouTubes are in normal size. That's weird. Huh. Interesting. Also, welcome in, Holiday. Good to see you, my friend. I'm amazed you still have a wifey, sir. I'm gonna be honest with you. But that was also a really good line. I gotta give you props for wit on that one. So I don't know where we're at in the current will they or won't they in terms of war with Iran. JD Vance declared peace earlier today. Trump says we're going to be bombing the shit out of them. I don't know where we stand at this moment, and it might have changed since this news. This was probably the 5 o'clock ABC news. And it might have changed since then.
The U.S. and Iran face-to-face in Switzerland. Vice President J.D. Vance is in Lucerne for high-stakes peace talks with the days-old ceasefire deal now on shaky ground. Iran says the Strait of Hormuz is closed, but the U.S. says it's open, and now the prospect of lasting peace in the Middle East hangs in the balance as key sticking points remain.
We're in a bad spot when I trust the Iranians to be telling us the truth over the American government. And I think I believe the Iranians because I saw the video of the boat closing the strait. I can show it to you right now if you would like. They say the United States is saying the strait is open. This video says otherwise.
Revolutionary Guard North Navy. Attention all ships, attention all ships, attention all ships. This is the North Navy, Iran Islamic Revolutionary Guard North Navy. Due to the current of the Lebanon, and the violation of the U.S. commitments regarding the ceasefire. The Strait of Hormuz is closed to all vessels again. It is emphasized that the Strait of Hormuz is closed. All vessels are ordered do not approach the strait.
So that's the Iranians in the strait telling vessels that the strait is closed. What do you guys believe? Do you believe Trump or do you believe the Iranians?
Correspondent Tom Soufi-Burridge joins me now from Lucerne, Switzerland. Tom, we're now hearing Iran's delegation left the site in protest. What more do we know?
Yeah, Andrew, we don't have confirmation of that from the US side or from the mediators, Pakistan or the Qataris. But yes, from state media in Iran, two different sources saying that the Iranian delegation have pulled out of the talks. And this is, according to these state and media sources, a response to threats from President Trump earlier in the day. President Trump reportedly telling Fox News that if Iran closes the Strait of Hormuz, they won't have a country, using expletives and saying you won't even make it back to your expletive country. And we've also had a quote, Andrew, from Mohammed Ghalibaf. He is the
That really sounds like he's threatening to kill the negotiators that J.D. Vance is with in Switzerland.
Iranian official leading the Iranian delegation here in central Switzerland in the talks, and he is reported in Iranian state media as saying the US, better be careful with their statements. Our armed forces are ready to respond in a different way. So this is not a good mood music circulating around these very critical negotiations right now. It is a massive contrast to the language of Vice President J.D. Vance going into the talks. He's leading the US delegation here in central Switzerland at a luxury resort not far from here. Vice President Vance talking about the potential to transform the Middle East, for basically the US and Iran to turn a page and remake the relationship effectively between the two countries. But also from Vance, I think there was a sense of realism. He also acknowledged that, basically the issues more close at hand are the opening or reopening of the Strait of Hormuz if Iran is threatening ships and effectively shutting it down once again, and also trying to get a ceasefire in Lebanon, which is still elusive. We've just had figures from Lebanese government officials, and they're saying about 50 people have been killed in Lebanon in roughly the last 24 hours or so. And the Iranians continue to insist they want a ceasefire. They want Israel to stop attacking against the Iranian proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon if there is going to be the memorandum of understanding, which just days ago President Trump signed, if that is going to be basically honored for the Iranians. And for these,
what was that, Wednesday, Thursday?
Negotiations on a comprehensive agreement between the US and Iran are actually going to take place. And of course, much of the focus of that theoretically would be Iran's nuclear program.
So, Tom, where do things go from here?
Well, it's a great question. I think nobody knows. I mean, I think, the uncertainty shrouding over the talks here in central Switzerland is pretty palpable. And, Vice President Vance was talking about 2 days of talks. I think, right now, if these reports from two different Iranian state news sources are correct, saying that the Iranian delegation has pulled out of day one of the talks, that doesn't bode well for day two. So I think we'll just have to wait and see. I think the caveat here is that things are moving very, very quickly in this story. I mean, throughout the war, for weeks really, things change by the minute. So we'll just have to wait and see whether this is confirmed. And then if the Iranians pull out, what will be the US response? And we'll have to go from there.
And still questions about the status of the Strait of Hormuz. Tom Soufi-Burridge, thank you. One of the main sticking points.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's the latest information.
In Lebanon. Foreign correspondent Britt Clennett is in Jerusalem with more on that. Hi, Britt.
Andrew, it is relatively quiet today in southern Lebanon, but earlier on you could argue that ceasefire in southern Lebanon barely began. The fighting was ongoing between Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah. At least 28 people killed since the ceasefire was announced on Friday. Israel says it targeted Hezbollah positions in response to incoming fire, and Hezbollah accusing Israel of striking first. Both sides showing very little restraint, threatening to upend those peace talks in Switzerland. Iran's foreign ministry, we heard from them saying that the US is not fulfilling its commitments in the memorandum to pressure Israel to stop its attacks on Lebanon. All eyes on President Trump to see if he can push Israel to comply. The focus very much on Lebanon as a pressure test of whether this whole deal could collapse entirely. Andrew?
Britt Clennett, thank you.
Apparently Israel ramping up attacks on Gaza at the moment. 2 Palestinians killed. The IDF has accused them of throwing Molotov cocktails. Looks like 9 have died in the past 24 hours. Israel also ramping up its efforts in Lebanon. This is reporting from Al Jazeera about an hour ago about what Iran could do after the closure of the Strait of Hormuz.
Just a few days after the official signing of a memorandum of understanding between Iran and the United States, Tehran announced that it closes the Strait of Hormuz once again. In a statement, Iran's Revolutionary Guards (IRGC) said ships and vessels should not approach the strait, or if they approach, they will jeopardize their safety and security. In another statement, Iran's joint military headquarters of Khatam al-Anbiya came out with 3 important messages. First, to Americans, saying that their lack of commitment pertaining to the Memorandum of Understanding with regards to the ceasefire across the region is the cause beyond the closure of the strait. Second, to the Israelis, and they asked the Israelis to stop their acts of aggression against the Lebanese territories and withdraw their forces from southern areas of Lebanon. Also, a third message, which is that of warning, saying that the closure of the strait is just first step, and in case of the continuation of the aggressions by the Israelis, there will be more steps ahead on the horizon to respond to these acts of aggression. All in all, we are dealing with a very intricate situation as Iranian delegation is in Switzerland for diplomatic engagement with the Americans, mediated by Qataris and Pakistanis. In this round of negotiations, we know that the 2 sides are going to discuss points of contention, including the situation here at the Strait of Hormuz and the naval blockade imposed by the Americans. But that doesn't stop there, as we know that Iranians are looking for security assurances to make sure that there is going to be no next round of confrontation on the horizon. Also, when it comes to war reparations, the frozen assets, primary and secondary sanctions, and other issues, Iranians are there with clear demands. And it would be dependent on the trajectory of diplomacy to make sure that all these demands are going to be met, or Iranians saying that they are ready for other scenarios, including more confrontations on the horizon. This is a very intricate situation, as floating as this boat, and we have to keep waiting to see whether diplomacy can resolve all these complexities.
I was waiting to see if he'd make mention of the boat, and I wanted to ask you guys, do you feel it adds more to his reporting that he's sitting on a boat in the Strait of Hormuz? Like, did he really have to be on the boat floating back and forth like that? It was a little distracting. He could have been on the shoreline. It's cool that he's there. Did it add anything to it? It definitely adds to it. Okay. And he's like, as this boat. Gender fluid people, welcome in. Llama, good to see you. Good evening, everyone. Libertad. Friends. I honestly probably wouldn't want to be on a boat in the Strait of Hormuz, knowing that there are mines that they haven't been able to find yet, or that the U.S. could do something stupid at any minute. So, Drake, welcome in. It would have been hilarious if he said, I'm on a boat. But he also might not get the reference, I don't know that they have the Lonely Island Boys in Oman or Qatar or wherever the hell he's from. Because I would kind of assume he would be on, like, the Oman side of the strait. but that's also basically just a U.S. military base, and he's Al Jazeera, so perhaps he's on the Iranian side, or who knows. Tomorrow, the people of the UK are probably getting a new prime minister. This is going to be like their 15th prime minister in the last 7 years. So, a lot of fun going on with the Brits.
They say a silent enemy is the deadliest. After a weekend of going to ground, former Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham returns to Westminster tomorrow morning. Fresh off a thumping by-election win, his plan to extract the Prime Minister and take over the heavy machinery of government within touching distance.
He got a by-election win during Pride Month.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life, then I want you inside of me.
In his plan to extract the Prime Minister and take over the heavy machinery of government within touching distance.
It's still very quiet in Downing Street. The Prime Minister hasn't got back from Chequers, where he's been mulling over his next move. Will he make a statement here tomorrow? Well, with so many in his party now thinking his resignation is a foregone conclusion, there's a bitter debate behind the scenes as to what should happen next. I've spoken to Labour MPs, some of whom have told me that they're concerned that Andy's relatively untested. He hasn't said what he's going to do. They don't know what he's going to do, but they're going to...
So that was apparently going to be Keir Starmer's plan, was to say that Andy Burnham was untested and he was too unseasoned, I guess, too inexperienced to become prime minister, and apparently his entire cabinet revolted at him over that.
Have to get in line behind him. Is a coronation dangerous, as one of them put it to me?
He brings a vast amount of experience, but I'll tell you this, the ultimate test, of course, was Makerfield. He proved that he can unite the progressive parties. Greens and Lib Dems backed him in that by-election, and he brought back home many of those who drifted over to reform and have come back into the fold. So he's passed that test, and I think it's absolutely right we continue building this momentum of hope around Andy.
You can't just come and take over.
Wes Streeting ally Jess Phillips there, calling for a battle of ideas. A formal contest can only be triggered if the former Health Secretary has the backing of 81 MPs.
Does he have the numbers?
So Wes certainly has numbers, the critical mass of support, whatever you want to call it. He does have that, and he has it from, a breadth of the movement and the party. But I think the more critical question is how we conduct the next phase, moreover than simply numbers. It's got to be a good-mannered, comradely conversation.
Potential off-ramps from a protracted leadership contest could include debates between the two in front of MPs, giving Burnham a grilling but ultimately the upper hand, with Streeting perhaps angling for a top cabinet position. It's been reported that as well as evicting the resident of number 10, Burnham would go for number 11 too, with Rachel Reeves ousted as Chancellor.
The relationship between a Prime Minister and his Chancellor, or her Chancellor, but in this case it sounds like it's going to be his Chancellor, is a really important one. We know that there are 3 advisors that are in place. We know Richard Hughes from the OBR, Jim O'Neill, who actually worked with George Osborne before, and Aldi Haldane from the Bank of England. So those are pretty well-respected people, and I think that's going to provide the market with some comfort as well.
In Sandwell, 80 miles south of Makerfield, Burnham didn't loom so large.
You don't know who he is?
No, definitely I don't know.
Really? Andy Burnham? No.
No.
Don't have a clue, mate. I don't have a clue.
Oh,
I'd never heard of him.
Do you think he should take over from Keir Starmer?
No, because Keir Starmer, to be fair, what I do love about Keir Starmer was he did actually get a massive vote to come in.
I definitely think it's a good thing. I think it needs change, and I think if anybody can do the change that's needed, I think it could be him.
One person who's been keeping on top of the moving and shaking, a Donald Trump once tamed out of tariff war by British pageantry. Keir Starmer will resign, he posted online, adding he failed on immigration and energy, but that he wished him well. Missives from across the Atlantic are
Classic
just one
Trump.
of the curveballs prospective successors will have to contend with. Perhaps one part of the job Starmer wouldn't miss.
Well, earlier I spoke to the Business Secretary, Peter Kyle, about Keir Starmer's political future. I started by
smack him
asking
down
whether
and,
the
and
Prime
put
Minister
him
would
down and
continue
then
fighting
mush him
for his
well.
position, as he had vowed only on Friday.
Well, as you've seen this weekend, the Prime Minister is busy at work dealing with lots of the very challenging things happening in our country. He's also making time to think about the world as it is today. And he will make decisions on the back of that I will leave for him to explain.
The Prime Minister on Friday was very clear when he said if there is a contest, he would fight it. He's not going to go quietly into the night. Is that still the message you're getting from him or his people at Number 10 today?
The Prime Minister is hard at work today, and he is reflecting.
You're not
on
answering
all
my
of the,
question.
Well, no, I am answering your question. I'm just answering it in my way. The Prime Minister is reflecting, as well as executing the job as Prime Minister on a busy weekend, and he will make decisions that about the way forward.
The original interview this morning was with another cabinet minister. That person pulled out. It makes me think that, and it's wonderful to speak to you, but it makes me think
Been a
that
lot of pulling
this
out
Prime
tonight on
Minister
the
is
show.
running out of loyal cabinet ministers. Is that what's going on?
It is really important for me to say that through these moments of turbulence, we are governing with authority. The Prime Minister last week exercised that authority to deliver a deal with Prime Minister Modi. A Prime Minister doesn't have authority and isn't throwing himself into the job with real enthusiasm and dedication, doesn't get to do these sorts of things.
He was hardly not going to speak to Mr. Modi, in the context of the G7 summit. But authority is seeping from this Prime Minister every minute of the day, isn't it?
Meeting with a fellow Prime Minister is one thing. Delivering on the back of that meeting with somebody who we all know is a tough negotiator, Prime Minister Modi, is something else. So he got this deal over the line. That by the next month will be benefiting our economy by the billions and benefiting businesses right up and down the country, large and small. But we need to learn the lessons of the Tories in government, where they turned political instability in their party into chaos for the country.
Yeah.
We are acting in a way that will maintain authority and carry on, allow us to deliver through what may or may not unfold in the days and months and weeks ahead.
Forgive me, Peter Kyle, for saying that you seem to be occupying a parallel universe to everyone else. There is a leadership crisis. The Prime Minister is in Chequers this weekend reflecting on his own position, as you yourself have said. I mean, frankly, no one that I've spoken to thinks that he will still be Prime Minister by the time the Parliament goes into summer recess or the party conference.
Well, I'm not standing in front of you denying.
I'm amazed he's made it this long.
That we are facing. I'm not denying that. We need to have a functioning government that is delivering for people if whatever unfolds in the days ahead. Now, can you name a decision that the Prime Minister's been unable to make in the last week? I don't think anyone can, because he has made multiple decisions, delivered negotiations on behalf of the country, and yes, every single department is delivering policy.
You're sounding like one of the violinists on the Titanic as it's going down. The fact that there's a leadership contest brewing somewhere on the horizon, not even 2 years into this government, is an extraordinary fact, is it not?
It is. And
but you can't avoid it.
And nothing I have said denies the fact that we are in a period of political challenge. Nothing I've said. What I'm saying is that I am a Secretary of State who serves a Prime Minister and country.
You're still loyal to this Prime Minister?
I am loyal to any Labour Prime Minister.
That's interesting.
I am loyal to any Labour Prime Minister who puts the need for wealth creation right up there with the importance of distributing wealth in a way that empowers people.
And would you be loyal to Prime Minister Andy Burnham?
I would be loyal to any Labour Prime Minister who puts the importance of wealth creation right up there alongside distribution of wealth to make sure we empower people.
It's also a fact that the last five Prime Ministers of this country have been the least popular since the beginning of polling. What makes anyone think, and you for that matter, that whoever succeeds Keir Starmer would be less unpopular?
Well, Labour's
there is no
red,
certainty
aren't
about
they?
that. There is no certainty or inevitability about popularity, unpopularity, success, failure, winning, losing in politics. It is about how we deliver, but also how we lead.
Peter Kyle, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Blue being associated with the leftist party is actually like leftist party. Yeah. That's actually a very American thing, and it comes from our TV. I don't know the exact time frame. I was asked about this in the comment section. I don't think the person commenting was from America, and they were, genuinely asking me about our political system. And I believe The red-blue thing was established by like the big three networks. They wanted like a universal thing for like election maps. And I believe it was established between the 88 and 94 elections, somewhere in that time period, but I could be a little bit off. It might have been a little later. I tried to do Google search of some photos from the 96, 94 election to see if I could get an idea, and there's not a lot. I'd probably have to go to some like archival footage or something, and I just didn't have that kind of time. Should I have broadcast the Obama ceremony? I almost did, but I had shit to do. But if you guys would have enjoyed that, I could have made that happen. Apparently, it was a pretty big whoop-de-doo. Bono was there.
That caught our eye this week. And I want to talk about the Obama Presidential Center opening. I covered it for several days, and I will just say that I was really, truly stunned by the campus. I hadn't really covered a lot of the initial construction of the campus. And so to see the 19-acre campus in person for the first time and get to explore it a little bit was just really cool. And I did feel sort of the unity of Chicago during the last few days. I think having the big party, well, yeah, these people were so excited. They came up, wanted to take some selfies. I was like, sure, of course, no problem. But you just kind of felt people's excitement on the South Side to have this new cultural institution. Obviously, everybody there was celebrating and dancing on John Lewis Plaza. So a lot to explore and enjoy in the years ahead with this new campus.
It is beautiful. And I mean, the fact that tickets are sold out through November.
Oh, yes, yes.
And I mean, it is the hottest ticket in town.
It
that
sure
people absolutely want to go.
Yes, but I also love that most of the campus is free and open to the public, because I think the museum, like you said, going to be a very hot ticket already is, but at least folks can still go and explore some of it before they actually get a ticket to the museum, because you're going to have to wait for that.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. But it's just so amazing, and you were there so much. I mean, she practically camped out there.
I was. They were like, all right, Jackie, it's time to get out of here.
Yeah, but it was
kicked Jackie out.
That, and just there was so much.
You'll have to go home. You can't stay here.
Vitality, I would say that.
Thanks,
really
Obama.
Was, just such a great event.
Absolutely. What caught your eye, Carl?
Well, what caught my eye was actually what caught my ear. Let's take a listen.
Asian boy Carl.
So I had the chance last weekend actually to go to the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, and so I am a musician. I play in orchestras, as a substitute violinist back home, and so Chicago has one of the best orchestras in the world.
Yes.
I mean, it is internationally acclaimed, internationally known, and so just having a chance to go see the program in right in downtown. I mean, it's just so amazing. So the resources that you have and the musicians that you have, they're some of the best. Like, I wouldn't even dare to play my instrument in front of these musicians because they're so good. They're so good. And Esteban on trumpet there, he's one of the best in the world. Like, his sound is so perfect, and so just can't get over it.
Well, I love hearing you talk about it, and I feel like it's a reminder to everyone sitting at home right now and to us to go enjoy what Chicago has to offer, because so many times it's not that we forget, but it's like we don't tap into the resources that are available, the cultural.
The Carl thing, like, if you hear me say white boy Carl, it's a reference to the United States Shameless, by the way. That's why I called him Asian boy Carl. And that's kind of why it's funny. Carl is like an adult name, but it was the kid on Shameless. Like, when he gets sent to prison, they start calling him White Boy Carl. And it's just the funniest thing to me. Or juvie, or whatever it was. Prison. He had to do like a year in juvie or some shit. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched it. I don't exactly remember the plot. I don't get a lot of time to watch TV shows because I'm a wrestling fan. I watch a lot of wrestling. The former COO of World Wrestling Entertainment, Linda McMahon, is our current education secretary, and the Democrats are plotting to impeach her.
This week, the Trump administration announced it would shift
a tortured
oversight of civil
segue.
rights and special education programs from the Education Department to other federal agencies as part of the administration's broader effort to dismantle the Department of Education. Education Secretary Linda McMahon is now facing a call for impeachment from one House Democrat who accuses McMahon of transferring Education Department programs illegally without congressional.
There's Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, in tow.
Approval. Joining us now is Democratic Congresswoman from Oregon and member of the House Education Committee, Representative Suzanne Bonamici. Thank you so much for your time, Congresswoman.
Well, thank you, Lindsay. Thanks for having me on.
Yesterday, of course, you announced your plans to introduce a resolution to impeach Secretary McMahon. What, in your estimation, makes this an impeachable offense?
Well, what this education secretary and this administration are doing violates the law. The Department.
She wasn't qualified to be there to begin with.
Congress, only Congress could dismantle it. And I tell you, Lindsay, I'm a policymaker, but I'm also a mom, and I've been a public education advocate for decades. And I just couldn't stand by any longer and watch this administration decimate public education. And that's exactly what this will do.
In a Fox News op-ed published on Tuesday, Secretary McMahon wrote that, quote, "Our goal in this partnership is to break down the bureaucratic barriers and strengthening the coordination of resources." What's your response to administration officials who say that this decision will remove red tape and make it easier for families to access these programs?
I absolutely disagree with that 100%. And so do many of the advocates for children with disabilities in particular, because what is happening, first of all, these are education programs, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. It's an education law. It belongs at the Department of Education. The Office of Civil Rights has long been at the Department of Education because these are cases dealing with discrimination in public education. The expertise is there. And what we have seen with the programs this administration has already sent to other agencies is that it doesn't make it more efficient. It makes it less efficient and creates more bureaucracy. Because now, for example, what are parents going to do? Are they supposed to go to the Department of Health and Human Services or to whatever's left of the Department of Education? So it's not going to make things better. And that's why many organizations, especially those that deal with students with disabilities, there's been an outcry. And especially since I have mentioned that I will be introducing this impeachment resolution, I've heard from many different organizations. The Education Law Center, for example, agrees this is illegal. It is Congress that created these departments. Congress put them at the Department of Education. They can't do this without Congress.
Since Republicans currently have the majority in Congress, though, wouldn't this resolution essentially be dead on arrival?
Well, I hope not. And I'll tell you why. Because public schools serve about 90% of the students in this country. And overall, people are really appreciative of public education. They want to see it work. And the more we see dismantle the Department of Education, the more people are concerned about what that means for their communities. So I hope it's not dead on arrival. And if my Republican colleagues are listening to their constituents like I'm listening to mine, extremely concerned about the chaos this is going to cause and the harm it's going to cause for students. If the IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, is moved out, and the Office of Civil Rights, to put that in Trump's Justice Department, we're not going to see discrimination cases prosecuted.
Congresswoman Bonamici, we thank you so much for your time.
You know, like, as a huge wrestling fan and a political junkie, it saddens me very much the WWE-ification of our body politic in this country. The fact that Kane is the what is it? It's the county commissioner, county mayor the mayor of Knox County, and Linda McMahon is the education secretary, and the president is a WWE Hall of Famer. But hey, maybe I'm the problem because I thought it was awesome when Jesse Ventura won the governorship. Sports Cards, welcome in, my friend. Hope you were well. Fire resist. Anybody else sneak in here on me? People, I think I told you good evening. Welcome in, friend. Why isn't the $1 Million Man the Secretary of the Treasury? Because he can't, even though the $1 Million Man was doing welfare fraud in Mississippi, he can't hold a candle to the kind of fucking shit Besant is the scams Besant is doing right now. That's why. Speaking of scams, let's talk about the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. Multiple arrests supposedly made, including an Olympian.
President Donald Trump announcing overnight that cops made multiple arrests at the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. The arrests happening amid Trump claiming vandalism is to blame for the pool's damage and the peeling paint there. One of the men arrested is reportedly a former Olympian. News Nation's Corey Smith joins us now live.
If you weren't with us last week, we found out that they built this motherfucker before they understood the, concrete on swampland, and the land has shifted, and basically the bottom of the pool is completely fucked. The entire thing has to be pulled out. There needs to be like an entire filtration system put in it. And it's like a hundreds of millions of dollars to do that. And that's why it hasn't been done in the last 20 years. And Trump came in and just tried to, scam over it, I guess. What would you call that? Tried to, use the duct tape fix to cold-bleed.
Live from our nation's capital there in D.C. Corey, what more are we learning about these arrests?
Yeah, we've been doing some digging this morning, and especially after the president posted about this a few times this week. And let's go back to Friday when video of the blue paint peeling began circulating online. The president said it was the result of vandalism, and he followed it up with this Truth Social post on Saturday, saying the United States Park Police have arrested multiple individuals for vandalizing our nation's magnificent...
I don't know if this is true, but I saw someone say that hydrogen peroxide in very large quantities will indeed make your paint peel, and that makes perfect sense. I would assume it would. So they poured tens of thousands of gallons of hydrogen peroxide in there, so it's no wonder that the paint is peeling.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Reflecting pool. Who would do such a thing? These are very serious crimes having to do with the destruction of national monuments. Years in jail.
You did it.
Get immediately.
You did it.
Its repair. Now, News Nation has obtained video showing multiple people being detained on the mall and near the reflecting pool. I've spent this morning searching court records for any evidence of multiple arrests, but given Friday was a holiday and it's the weekend, nothing's been filed in D.C. Superior Court, so we can't say whether they were charged, and if they were...
Okay. We got a new game to play here. Everybody in on this? Is that a mullet or not a mullet? We're playing mullet or not a mullet. Is that a mullet or not a mullet? Do 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 do. Is a mullet. I don't know. It could be a puffy pompadour. Fuzzy Simba says a wannabe mullet. on its way to a mullet. I think he looks cool. I don't know if it's a mullet.
But given Friday was a holiday and it's the weekend, nothing's been filed in D.C. Superior Court, so we can't say whether they were charged and if they were charged.
See, the bangs are pretty long. To me, a mullet, like you've had to let the back grow longer than the front. Well, like have the front cut, but it doesn't seem that that's the case. It's just kind of wafted back.
What for? However, the AP is reporting a 67-year-old man from Bethesda was arrested Friday at the reflecting pool. You mentioned his name, David Hearn. He's a former Olympic canoe racer. He told the Associated Press he reached into the pool to examine a chunk of that blue coating that we've seen online that was peeling. He says someone working on the pool at the time told him to stop. Hearn then went on to tell the AP he was detained for nearly 5 hours by park police before being released Friday night. Now, of course, this has become a big story in Washington over the past
arresting
month.
people
Really, once
for
the pool
touching
was
paint.
painted with that American flag blue coating and then refilled. Green algae bloomed soon after, turning the water green. That was then followed by those social media posts, the videos documenting that the material, the blue paint, the sealant on the bottom has started to peel. We then saw crews get back into the pool trying to clean out that algae. We know that it was partially drained, but that does not stop people from coming by, literally sticking their hands into the water of the reflecting pool and grabbing some of that blue paint out. We know the Park Service is fighting this algae bloom with nanobubbler technology, hydrogen peroxide. We have seen some progress made, but look, algae is resilient. It's been around for billions of years, so it's tough. The president said that the pool will likely need to be drained for repairs to be made. Of course, the rush is on, Anna, to have this done in time for the big America 250 celebration and, of course, the 4th of July. We're going to keep digging, see if we can find any sort of official documentation of multiple arrests being made, as the president said there. We'll bring in an update next hour. But for now, we're back to you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all
Shut up,
Americans.
Cuomo. Yeah, I didn't even think about the fact that they're wanting to get all this shit done before the 4th. Which, okay, I thought the normal thing that we do with the PBS, with Carlton and Sheila E. and like the Beach Boys and the Temptations, that's usually shit what we watch. It's a Capitol 4th celebration. We do it every year. I've come to really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things that we do throughout the year. I assume that's still going to happen. I thought it was being replaced with the UFC thing, but that was a couple weeks ago. So I assume we still get Carlton and Sheila E. and the Temptations and shit like that. Yay. And the Marine Band and like that. It's a fun time. We get fireworks. Several of you have been here with me throughout the years. Fun time. This year was the first year I did the congressional baseball game, and I had a blast doing that. We're probably going to adopt that and do it every year now. I didn't think I would enjoy the congressional baseball game, but I did. Speaking of baseball games, there's a whole uproar over several baseball teams doing Pride Month like merchandise. Oh, the Marine Corps band goes so fucking hard. They're so good. And like that's why the entrances at UFC were so fucking awesome. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you perhaps did not watch the UFC, I made clips of it. Like the Marine Corps band was fucking excellent. You can go check out them doing Real American, the Hulk Hogan theme, or Ain't No Grave. I've got those up on the TikTok or the Facebook or whatever. And please go to my Facebook, like all the videos that I've done recently. Follow my page if you have Facebook. I've got clips of the congressional baseball game up. I called Joni Ernst and told her that while she made that error, she still looked good while she was at the congressional baseball game. But there's been an uproar over teams doing Pride Month at baseball games. I understand if you refuse to meta. I totally get it. But if you're on any of the meta platforms, Justin Freakin. If you're on any platform, Justin Freakin. I'm on Rumble and BitChute and Truth Social and Twitter, and Threads and Blue Sky and all that good shit. Instagram. If it's a platform, I'm there. Other than that Sonicgram thing that Holiday does, because I didn't understand that. Sir, you're in your house, so there is absolutely something wacky in your house. What's wacky in your house? Please tell me. I tried to go into the... Oh, I owe a purple bandana. I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked. Socialist Aunt told me to change my bandana, 48 minutes ago. My chair apparently flipped Warlord out the other day because I turned on the light and he saw how bad the cats have fucked it up. I do not believe I've ever seen pictures of your dog, so you should remedy that, motherfucker. I've seen your face, but I don't think I've seen any dog pictures. Well, I mean, technically. I don't know how to transition back to baseball. I tried to do the segue like 3 different times. Sporty ball teams are having a issue with some players rebelling against their Pride Month festivities. One team even had to forfeit.
Tonight, the York Revolution returned to the baseball diamond, but will the forfeiture of last night's game have an impact moving forward? This week on Face the State, Jolie Smith took a closer look at the political ramifications with our political insiders. Take a look.
Something that happened this week, York Revolution. For the first time I think it's ever happened, a game had to be forfeited because the players did not want to wear the Pride uniforms. We're looking at how this was handled, the fallout. It seemed like it was too many players that just suspend a few of them. What's your take on this and what it means moving forward for some other teams and other Pride nights?
Well, I think this shows you why we need pride. And there's still so much prejudice in this world. This is why we need it, but also it doesn't bode well for tourism in York. LGBTQ spend a ton of money across Pennsylvania. There's been a ton of studies on it, and I don't think they're going to want to come spend their money in South Central PA now.
Was this about bigotry?
No, not at all. This is about individual freedom. These players did the right thing. I mean, forcing somebody to take a stand on other people's sexuality is about as silly as you can get. And this is where we've gotten to in this country. I don't want to have pride flags. I don't want to have heterosexual flags. I don't want to have any sexual flags on.
You're not forced to do anything. Like, it's not I have no idea why my bandana's so fucked up. Like, the pride flag is just representing unity, motherfucker. Like, I don't personally like symbolism whatsoever. But, like, I kind of adopt the rainbow just because it makes people like you upset.
My uniform, and I don't think these ball players did either.
How do you think the team handled this? Because now you're in crisis.
But, like, dude, look at it from the team's perspective. They're just creating new merchandise. They want to be able to. This is because, like, it's not any kind of social stance on the team's part. They want to sell hats, motherfucker. They want to sell jerseys. That's why, like, I'm not all up in arms about it, because it's a cynical ploy anyway. The corporate pride kind of pisses me off. But, like, that's the whole reason they're doing it. So it's no different than, you know, doing the Susan G. Komen during October, or doing any other kind of themed event that they make new merchandise for, man. It's just capitalism. Stop it.
You know, mode and how you move forward. What do you think about their decision to cancel the game because of this and say the players didn't want to play?
Well, sadly, we've had these forfeits before because of transgender stuff. I mean, this nonsense that we've gotten into in this country has forced ordinary athletes to give up the right to play. It's just plain wrong.
You think more teams will do this now? Like, players feel emboldened?
No, I think it was done so poorly and looks so badly for the York Revolution that I think most teams are going to put an end to it.
Why does it look bad?
Oh, I think it looks
that
terrible.
the team had to forfeit?
Yes.
No, why does it look bad that these players didn't want to wear somebody's pride flag on their uniform? Why is that bad? That's
because they look like bigots.
You're forcing young ball players to do something they didn't want to do that has nothing to do with the game.
We're not forcing them to be gay.
You're
not
forcing them to pay a pride flag that they don't want to wear.
We're forcing.
It's not the gay community, it's the team. They're like, hey, we're gonna wear these uniforms because we'll make some money. Like, again, you're just going against capitalism. Your boss is telling you to do something because they have a financial incentive for it, and you're getting upset. It's not the gay community forcing some sort of agenda on you.
We're not forcing them to do anything except be supportive of the community that they play in.
By doing what?
By wearing a shirt.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. You were forced
by wearing the official team uniform.
They signed a contract saying, I will wear the uniform given to me that day. So they technically could be fired.
So if they got handed a uniform with a Nazi swastika on the front of it, they'd be forced to wear that?
You cannot compare.
Well, the team should have its own
cannot compare the Nazis to gay people.
It's very offensive.
We're not doing that.
You cannot do that.
But I'm saying, like, if they sign the contract, it's somewhat on the players. Then they took the stand and it worked out for them. But they could be forced out because they signed the contract saying, I'll wear whatever uniform is given.
I'll bet you this, too. I bet you the fan base supports the players.
That's going to be the interesting thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
We need to move forward as well.
Join us on Sunday.
I doubt it, you piece of shit. Of course he's gonna compare him to the Nazis. Gay people aren't Nazis. Jesus. But that doesn't mean that there are not bad people in the LGBTQ community. And we should not ignore stories about bad people. There are going to be bad people in any community. And just as I would do a story about any other person, I'm going to do the story about, I would assume is now a former Pride president arrested on child exploitation charges.
Well, we're still waiting for a response from the school district and board in Cazenovia after the arrest of the board vice president, Travis Longo. He's also the founder of Cazenovia Pride Fest. 46-year-old accused of a pattern of sexually explicit communications with a child under 12 years old. News Channel 9's Alexandra Dern says it's shocking to people who've known and worked alongside him for years.
Travis Longo's arrest comes after a joint investigation into child exploitation. The 46-year-old faces 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, accused of sending sexually explicit messages to a child under 12 years old.
I feel betrayed. This organization is because of the work that Travis did.
Longo founded Cazenovia Pride Fest, which led to Cazenovia Pride. Nearly 6 years later, the organization disbanding in the wake of the news.
It's a mission-driven decision. We serve the LGBTQ community, especially children.
Longo co-owned a business in Cazenovia and performed as Anita Buffum, a well-known drag queen, considered among the first drag artists elected to office in the U.S. A dark cloud now looms over the potential impact of Longo's arrest on the LGBTQ plus community.
Every person is able to make bad choices and bad decisions. We did not know that this was going to happen at all. And we are all blindsided by it. I think we all share the opinion that we will always believe the victim. So it's that simple.
A message to those who are hurting.
We see you, and this decision was made with you in mind. And I don't want any of this to steal anyone's joy this month. So let's keep moving forward.
With hopes the community can celebrate love and acceptance. In Cazenovia, Alexandra Dern, News Channel 9.
Now, investigators think there might be more victims who Longo may have contacted. If you have any information that could help, give state police a call. Their number, 315-366-6000.
Download the WSY.
Yeah, fuck that dude. It's a blight on the community, but glad that he has been outed and hopefully will face justice. Now, oh yeah, like how many of those stories have I done on this show versus pastors and Republicans? It's not even close. Okay, Warlord. You know I'm content brained and making content for other platforms. This is Warlord's doggo. You gave me a blurry picture. It is awful cute. Look at him. Look at him sitting like he's people. Love him. By the way, the story I did last week of the puppy that the LAPD did what cops do. The neighbor has apologized profusely to the woman. The body cam video got released. I couldn't watch it myself. I made a video of it. It's up on all the socials. If you'd like to watch the body cam, I couldn't do it. I edited it together without watching it. But what I could put together from the video was that the cops, I cried when I did the story originally on stream. I cried when I edited it together for the short. I can't watch the body cam of it. From what I could tell, from what I could see editing it together, the cops are actually there and talking to her. Clearly nothing was amiss. It wasn't like the door opened and the dog just jumped right at them. They had a short conversation before the cutest fucking puppy ever ran out. And some dumb fuck cop. I swear, overwhelmingly the comments on the videos have been that the cops are just fucking evil. Why is my bandana fucking crooked? I can't tell. Can't get it right. But there have been a couple of people that have tried to defend it. I'm just like, you are evil if you think the cops should just go around shooting willy-nilly at things. And then I saw somebody share out a video of firefighters. They had a fire hose. Some stray dog comes over, starts tugging on the hose, and they're all laughing. They think it's the cutest thing in the world. Nobody ever wrote a song called Fuck the Fire Department. One of the hottest new bands in rock music is a band by the name of Goose. Goose played Madison Square Garden last night, and tragedy struck when somebody that was up in the nosebleeds apparently fell, and we now know has passed away.
It's a deadly accident in Madison Square Garden last night after a concert goer took a fall from a balcony. The man was 51 years old, attending the Goose concert. Police say he fell, he was unresponsive, he was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, police say the incident was not criminal in nature. Goose took to social media expressing their sympathy to everyone affected and to thank the emergency personnel and venue staff who jumped in and stepped in to help.
Flo, welcome in. Anybody else sneak in here on me that I missed? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Shelly, good evening, friend. Like they're Dave Grohl's favorite band. There's been a lot of speculation that they're industry plants. Couch Potato, welcome in, friend. Good to see you. Your first time here, we find out what that news be doing. We're currently in the crime section of the show, so content warning fuckers. Well, I don't actually know that there's any crime connected to this. It is the death and destruction. Oh yeah, James is a friend. So welcome in. Good to have you. You get a titty slap.
A titty slap! Give me those titties,
Come on
huh?
now.
I tell you to light one up, tip one back, but I don't know that I have any. I might have some in my grinder. Here's who's going to get us some soon. James is good people. I like James a lot. And we both come from TV, so. This is dash cam showing the moments before a big rig crash. Killed one person, injured 30 others.
To have Eyewitness News dash camera video we have obtained showing the beginning of a deadly semi crash on the 210 freeway this morning in Irwindale. That big rig veering off the right shoulder before then crossing through lanes of traffic over the center divider colliding with several vehicles on the other side. It wound up jackknifed across both sides of the freeway.
Holy
Video posted
shit.
to the Citizen app shows the aftermath. A 58-year-old woman was killed. More than 30 other people were injured, 10 of them hospitalized tonight, including 6 children. The freeway has since reopened.
I think this is Friday.
Under investigation.
The news station posted, they posted it 13 hours ago, so it might have been yesterday. Jesus.
An exclusive Eyewitness News dash camera video we have obtained showing the beginning of a deadly semi crash on the 210 freeway this morning in Irwindale. That big rig veering off the right shoulder before then crossing through lanes of traffic over the center divider, colliding with several vehicles on the other side. It wound up jackknifed across both sides of the freeway.
Yeah, you've got to wonder if the driver is having some sort of
shows the aftermath.
medical emergency.
A 58-year-old woman was killed. More than 30 other people were injured. 10 of them hospitalized
because it just starts veering
6
over.
Children. The freeway has since reopened and the crash is now under investigation.
Could be some sort of mechanical failure as well, but like I would guess medical emergency. We go to Washington, D.C., where one person is dead after a police chase. That's not the only crash you're going to see tonight. 3 people arrested, 1 person dead after a deadly police chase in Washington, D.C.
Breaking news in Northwest D.C. A moped rider was killed following a police chase that ended in a crash near the Taft Bridge. We now know several suspects are in custody tonight. Fox 5's Regina Rita is live at the scene now with what we know so far. Regina?
Yeah, well, Sydney, we have those new details tonight showing exactly what happened here on Connecticut Avenue. Metropolitan Police confirming this was a deadly crash that shut down a portion of Connecticut Avenue, including Taft Bridge. Now, at this hour, you can still see here crime tape hung on this area. Patrol cars still here monitoring. And we also have seen investigators piecing together some of the evidence at this time. But let me show you a video. According to authorities, this started as a pursuit just before 6 p.m. Additional officers rushed to Connecticut Avenue and Calorama Road, where investigators say a car crashed into a moped, killing the rider. Police say that car kept going before slamming into a second car right in front of the Chinese embassy staff apartment complex. There were 3 people inside the vehicle that was hit. 2 of those passengers were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. All 3 suspects inside the car that caused the crash were taken into custody while on scene. But take a listen to what witnesses told us.
Dude's got a diaper on his head.
Control. And I went, wow, there's a crash. Kid boats, and the other 3 are apprehended. So, sad.
He was so matter-of-fact about it.
Tonight, police continue to investigate what exactly led to this crash, and they are still trying to investigate what happened on scene. As soon as we hear more information, we'll be sure to share it with you, but that is the latest coming from Metropolitan Police.
I'm not sure, but I believe rigs like that are equipped with some sort of mechanism. Like if you fall asleep, there's an alarm. Because they're all high-tech nowadays. And then also, like, he drifted over pretty... I was going to say casually. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's like a leisurely drift over, so he would have hit the rumble strips. I'm going to guess not falling asleep. Ooh, so I have this full police chase. I have the full helicopter police chase for after the stream. For Twitch only, after we say goodbye to YouTube and the podcast people, we will watch the full police chase. But you get the taste of it. You get the local news hit. I don't think I have to hit the content warning on this. This is just good, clean fun. A homeless man stole a cop car.
Begin with new video into KCRA 3 tonight showing the moment a barefoot and shirtless suspect ran from police before he's accused of stealing a patrol car, leading law enforcement on a chase.
Bro, he stole your car! He stole your car! He stole your car!
Live Copter 3 followed that pursuit as the suspect drove all the way to Lodi before he was arrested. Thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Andrea Flores.
And I'm Curtis Ming. Cops were investigating a report that a homeless man vandalized a car in North Sacramento. And tonight we have video of the exact moment the suspect is seen stealing a Sacramento police patrol car before leading law enforcement on a 40-mile chase that ended on Highway 99 in Lodi. As the video starts, you can see the two officers approaching the shirtless suspect, identified as 28-year-old Isaac Pavel, who runs off. They say Pavel, right before this, threw a bucket at a woman's vehicle and then chased her with a large stick and struck a window. Pavel then runs toward a building, the officers walking behind him. At that point in the video, there's an edit. But sometime later, Pavel reappears, walking down the street. A second patrol car drives past, but does not stop. Pavel then runs up to a parked patrol vehicle, trying the door. It appears to be locked. Then, as the person shooting the video watches in disbelief, Pavel walks to a second patrol vehicle. Its window is rolled down, and he seems to unlock it, get in, and drive away.
Police stole your car!
You can see the officers running toward Pavel as he takes off down the street. They can't stop him. Seconds later, one of those officers takes off in a patrol vehicle, leaving the other standing in the median, watching them both drive away. As the video ends, the officer is seen walking down the sidewalk. Live copy.
Oh my God, I didn't see that part on the other one. On the video I made, I didn't see the cop with his thumb up his ass. His partner just left him there. Oh my God, this is great. This is all-time classic.
Then runs toward a building, the officers walking behind him. At that point in the video, there's an edit. But sometime later, Pavel reappears, walking down the street. A second patrol car drives past, but does not stop. Pavel then runs up to a parked patrol vehicle, trying the door. It appears to be locked.
That man's got some cake,
and
too.
As the person shooting the video watches in disbelief, Pavel walks to a second patrol vehicle. Its window is rolled down, and he seems to unlock it, get in, and drive away.
Police stole your car!
You can see the officers running toward Pavel as he takes off down the street. They can't stop him. Seconds later, one of those officers takes off in a patrol vehicle, leaving the other standing in the median, watching them both drive away. As the video ends, the officer is seen walking down the sidewalk. Live Copter 3 got over that chase in the Elk Grove area, and you can see a long line of squad cars heading down Highway 99 at Laguna Bond Road. The suspect in that stolen Sac PD SUV is seen trying to drive on the shoulder, kicking up dust there. The vehicle swerves in and out of traffic on the busy highway. The suspect starts slowing down.
Turn your lights and sirens on.
You see that right there. The CHP cruiser tried to pit maneuver on the patrol car, hitting the rear bumper. It damaged the SUV. Something flew off the vehicle, but the suspect kept going. Eventually, Pavel surrenders. You could see him. He is waving as that SUV slows down. He opens that door. The SUV, it's actually still rolling when he decides to hop out. And then this was his arrest. You could see him. He is wearing a blue shirt that evidently he put on at some point during that chase. Officers walked him back to another
He got
patrol
his shirt
car.
from the patrol
You can
car.
see there was quite the large response. But just how did a suspect steal a Sacramento police patrol car?
I can answer that for you. I can answer that for you so simply. Cops are fucking stupid. That's the answer, bro. Cops are fucking stupid.
It's a question the police department is now evaluating.
Of course they are.
Always looking to see how we can do things better, ways we can be safer, smarter, and so this is no different than any other major incident that we respond to. We're going to evaluate it, see what worked, what didn't work, and what we could do better moving forward.
Well, we are learning the suspect does have a criminal history. Sac PD says he's on pre-trial probation for a DUI. They say Pavel is in the hospital right now, but he will be booked into the Sacramento County Jail on several felonies.
Not only are they fucking stupid,
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
from stolen police vehicle to stolen ambulance. This is coming to us from Bakersfield. That was Sacramento. We're going to Bakersfield now.
More about that pursuit involving the stolen ambulance from Tulare County that entered Bakersfield today. We, of course, brought you this story as breaking news live at 5 o'clock on KBAK. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Roldan was at the scene earlier and joins us now in the studio with the latest. Michelle.
Michael, that pursuit started in Tulare County and ended more than 60 miles away right here in Bakersfield, ending in a crash and an arrest near Rosedale Highway. It was a first for this ambulance company in Tulare.
We received a call to assist the Tulare County Sheriff's Department for a theft of an ambulance. Within Kern County, we monitored the pursuit, and then so we just got in tracking mode.
A Lifestar ambulance was taken by a man as the company says paramedics had just dropped off a patient and were finishing paperwork. Luckily, the first responder who was in the back of the ambulance cleaning up was able to get out safely. The incident starting around
almost had a
3
hostage
p.m. in an Adventist Health Hospital parking lot in Tulare County. Authorities say the driver got onto the southbound lanes of Highway 99, moving through traffic at high speed.
I want to try John's Incredible Pizza. He's out here bragging about how incredible his pizza is. I want to be the judge of that. Where's Winch at? She's probably been to Bakersfield. She can tell me if John's Pizza is incredible.
In Tulare County. Authorities say the driver got onto the southbound lanes of Highway 99, moving through traffic at high speeds of 100 miles per hour. CHP says officers looked for opportunities to safely stop the ambulance before it reached
Drake, you ever make it over to Bakersfield?
Position for a spike. We were unsuccessful. For some unknown reason, it lost a tire in the middle of the freeway. So I think that also helped it slow down, and I think subsequently he exited the freeway.
Kern County Sheriff's Office helicopter Air 1 was able to get overhead during the pursuit. The driver eventually exited at Rosedale Highway off of Highway 99 and crashed into the center median in front of a Carl's Jr. At the scene, damage could be seen to a tree, while the ambulance's deployed airbags remained inside the vehicle. CHP officers say the driver, described only as a Hispanic man in his 30s, was taken into custody without further incident.
He was taken into arrest for felony evading and the theft of the ambulance. The Tulare County SO responded and they took the suspect into custody.
The Tulare County Sheriff's Office is handling the criminal investigation while the Bakersfield Police Department is investigating the crash. For our full coverage of this incident, you can visit bakersfieldnow.com. In studio, Michelle Roldan, Eyewitness News.
I love how you're all shitting on Bakersfield. I've never been. I've only been to like San Diego and Los Angeles. Like the real parts of California. Bakersfield is full of hogs. I bet. My bandana is fucking with me. Hold on a second. I gotta redo it. We gotta make it straight. Upsetting me. I gotta make it straight here on Pride Month. Oh my God. Why? Why? I still feel like it's wrong. Close enough. Jeez. Not high enough for this shit. I mean, it's a purple bandana. I was wearing a pink one. Was it not gay enough? I thought it was pink. It might have been red. But I thought it was pink when I put it on.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me.
I hit on this drag king. And like, I commented on one of their videos. And I was like, oh, what do you charge for a private dance? You know, maybe a nice dinner. And then they hit me back with like $100. I'm like, I'm a cop. I think this happened in Florida. It sounds like a Florida story. A man was barricaded inside a restroom in a Dunkin' Donuts during a standoff with police.
A man is in custody after a SWAT standoff inside of a Coweta County Dunkin' Donuts. Within the past 30 minutes, we learned the man had a gun and fired a shot. Thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Corona.
And I'm George Estevez, and tonight the commotion brought out around a couple hundred people to that scene. We first brought this to you as breaking news on Channel 2 Action News at 6. It all started along a busy stretch of Bowlesboro Drive in Noonan.
Oh, Georgia.
The man got to the Dunkin' Donuts in a stolen car. It's right next to the Noonan Pavilion. Channel 2's Aaron Rodgers has been out there since it started earlier today. Aaron, again, within the past 30 minutes, we found out so much, and the people inside that shop, when he got there, just ran out.
They did, George. Thankfully, they all got out safely, but that is because he had a gun. And take a look at this hour now. Crews are inside of the Dunkin' cleaning it up, and that's because Noonan police say that Artavius Watts, 39 years old, left quite a mess in there. So Noonan police say around...
I mean, lucky for the cops that that's where the standoff took place, right? At the Dunkin' Donuts. Oh. Fun fact, the reason why cops are associated with donut shops is because, like, donut shops in the Northeast are the first, like, 24-hour places, and cops would, like, go there and do paperwork, so you'd kind of, like, see a cop at a donut place overnight. That's where the association came from. Oh, it's kind of like the whole, you know, watermelon racist thing, because, like, who doesn't fucking like watermelon? It's like, you know, cops aren't the only people that like fucking donuts. Have you had a donut before? Oh, fuck you. Hey, parkours. Welcome in, friend. Krill, good evening. Sixtillion, I don't remember if I told you good evening earlier. Big Ben, my friends, good to see all of you.
Crews are inside of the Dunkin' cleaning it up, and that's because Noonan police say that Artavius Watts, 39 years old, left quite a mess in there. So Noonan police say around 5
made a mess in the restroom.
Watts went into the Dunkin'. He had that gun with him and ended up barricading himself into a bathroom. They say while he was in there, he damaged the restroom and hurt himself in the process, cut himself. He had bruises. We did see a lot of people outside when we pulled up. I kept hearing the word. It's crazy to see this because there were so many police officers out here. Sheriff's office, the SWAT team was inside of the parking lot filling it up.
Look at all you looky-loos.
They just don't see this in Noonan and Coweta County. People who've lived here their whole lives say this was just a shock to see. Of course, everyone wanted a peaceful resolution, and that is what we had. Police officers were able to bring Watts out. He was loaded onto a stretcher. It was
for one guy in a bathroom.
He did have those injuries, so paramedics took him to the hospital. He is being treated, but we also spoke with a man who says he is Watts' brother-in-law. He says that Watts suffers from mental health issues, and we also spoke to a woman who was at this gas station just minutes before all of this happened.
So I came here and got gas, and as I was getting out the car, I seen the dude crawling on the ground and acting like he was like drawing something imaginary on the ground. So as usual, I look and just keep going, minding my business.
Channel 2's Aaron Rodgers back live with us now at this point. Aaron, I know we have so much information now within the past 30 minutes. What do we know about charges at this point?
So, George, Noonan police say he is going to be charged with aggravated assault and discharging a firearm in commission of a crime. They also say other charges.
That's my graphic law.
We still don't actually know.
I'm under the no profanity.
What he did. Aaron Rodgers live in Noonan. Thank you.
And we are also hearing from people at a nearby business who saw this all happen. Employees at the Red Lobster next door were told by officers to move everyone in the restaurant to a safer location.
At first, it was all doors locked, no one could leave. And then we proceeded, they asked us to move everybody from this side to this side. So we moved the entire restaurant from this side to this side, which was a little bit packed because we had a lot of people in there.
Everyone eventually did leave, but the restaurant closed early because of what was happening next door. Employees told Channel 2 Action News they know the Dunkin' Donuts workers and were happy to hear that everyone was okay. We're staying on top of this investigation and working to learn more details about the man in custody. We'll get you any new information that we learn overnight on Channel 2 Action News Saturday AM beginning at 5.
Holiday, do you have your shit set up? I don't know if you got everything going, but if you want to share it, and I'll tell everybody what happened. Or if not, you let me know. Holiday had an issue with some storm damage. I'll leave it at that for the time being. If he wants to go into more detail. Okay, well, like fucking Twitter was messing up on me. Would you please download Discord and send it to me so I can read it? But I'll let everybody know what's going on. Cool, you'll send it on something I'm not going to see it on. Great. You're right. They shouldn't be doing that to me, but I don't think I have Twitter Blue anymore. I think it just expired. I tried out vertical streaming on Twitter for a month, guys. I did it like half off. I didn't pay Elon full price. I did like a trial thing, and I had a few followers. It was alright, but like, yeah. Yeah, it's been a month already. So I think I did lose my blue check mark. We're on Facebook tonight, and as I said, if any of you are on Facebook, I understand. If you're not, please go to the Justin FREAKIN Facebook page. The one with like 5,000 followers. There's two of them, but one hasn't been posted on for over a year because I got locked out because I've been banned from Facebook multiple times because, you know, big surprise, right? but I lost access to my actual page. I lost my monetization and shit. Ah, fuck. I cussed. I gotta reset the clock. Well, see, I don't have an account. And apparently I didn't have Media Winch set up to be like a full moderator on my page. So I just lost that. It'll eventually delete it, and then I'll just have my main page. Elon didn't steal my money. I mean, I feel like I got for $4 for a month. Because you have to pay to broadcast on Twitch. On Twitter. You have to pay to go live on Twitter. I feel like I got my $4 out of it. No, you're not. I know you're not. I know you better. Don't give me that. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. We're going to go to Colorado, where a Colorado state trooper has been fired. He has been accused of falsifying records. Surprise, surprise.
A trooper shocked a driver with a taser 7 times in just over 30 seconds. 4 of those discharges came after that driver was already incapacitated.
Well, listen. The headline kind of buried the lead on this story. He came right out and said it in the opening line, but I undersold this one, didn't I?
A trooper shocked a driver with a taser 7 times in just over 30 seconds. 4 of those discharges came after that driver was already incapacitated. Colorado State Patrol
sounds like attempted murder to me.
Used excessive force, but that's not what got her fired. Your investigator Brian Moss joins me live on set tonight. And Brian, the State Patrol determined that trooper wasn't actually certified to carry, let alone use a taser in the first place.
It's really unusual. The State Patrol is accusing their own trooper of falsifying her own taser records.
Like, I feel like a taser's department issue, right? How? So you can legally carry a gun, but you can not be legal to carry a taser? Is that what I'm hearing? This is insane. AZ Duke over on the Facebook. Welcome in, friend. Good to have you. We are covering this story from a Colorado state trooper who has apparently falsified her records of being certified to use a taser, tased a suspect multiple times.
They say she did that to make it appear she was authorized to carry and deploy the device. And deploy it she did. What began as a routine stop for Colorado State Trooper Amber Garcia
How are you?
would ultimately mark the beginning of the end of her career.
I gotta keep my job, man.
With the Colorado State Patrol.
Do you have insurance on the car?
Those were prophetic words.
Had a driver stop for speeding on the shoulder of the highway when a passing SUV crossed over the white line separating the travel lane from the shoulder.
Can you sign this while I go?
Garcia immediately broke off the traffic stop.
Thank you.
And gave chase. She quickly stopped the SUV. Behind the wheel, 34-year-old Travis Tomlinson, who immediately stepped out of his car.
Henry 69. Stay in the car! Stay in the car now. Get on the ground then.
This is my ground. I'm an American.
This is my. Can you send me cover?
Did you hear me?
I got one at taser point.
Did you hear me?
Get on the ground.
This is my.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Turn over. Turn over now. Turn over. Put your hands behind your back. I can. Get over. Get over now.
State Patrol records show she activated her taser 7 times. And that Tomlinson was incapacitated and could not comply with her repeated commands.
Hands behind your back.
The agency's internal investigation later concluded.
Let's go back and watch that again. This whole interaction here is crazy.
car now.
Get
Get on the ground then.
This is my ground. I'm an American.
Almost 5 Baker 11.
This is
Can you send me cover?
Did you hear me?
I got one at taser point.
Did you hear me?
Get on the ground.
This is my.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Turn over. Turn over now. Turn over. Put your hands behind your back. I can't. Get over. Get over now.
State Patrol records show she activated her taser 7 times. And that Tomlinson was incapacitated and could not comply with her repeated commands.
Put your hands behind your back.
The agency's internal investigation later concluded force used was excessive.
Absolutely excessive.
Turn over your belly. Do it now. Do it now or you're going to get it again. Put your hands behind your back.
It was definitely excessive force after the first pull, and then for your cry out to say I can't or help or stop or anything, and to get tased again. And while you're paralyzed due to that tasing, you're paralyzed, she's telling you, roll over, get out, get out, get down, get out from under your truck, do this, do that. You can't do anything. I thought I was gonna die.
Tomlinson has a lengthy arrest record. He's now suing the former trooper. His attorney is Sarah Shelke.
There was absolutely no reason for that use of force, and the fact that she did it over and over and over again makes it torture.
There's no set number of taser activations considered safe, but the risk of injury increases with each additional activation. Officers are generally trained to reassess after each taser cycle to determine whether their objective has been achieved. In this case, the state.
So we're assuming he's like some, rich kid punk, right? Because he's driving what is that? It's a Lincoln SUV. Like, that's a nice SUV, right? So some kind of privilege.
She did it over and over and over again, makes it torture.
There's no set number of taser activations considered safe, but the risk of injury increases with each additional activation. Officers are generally trained to reassess after each taser cycle to determine whether their objective has been achieved. In this case,
okay, you say he seems like a butthole. Yeah, I got the no profanity of you tried to get me, but don't we appreciate when people kick authority in the balls?
He's kicking authority in the balls.
Safe, but the risk of injury increases with each additional activation. Officers are generally trained to reassess after each taser cycle to determine whether their objective has been achieved. In this case, the State Patrol found there was no reassessment. She just kept pulling the trigger. Investigators said Garcia acknowledged using excessive force and told them she was scared.
When he went down, he hit his head too.
During a medical checkup, another trooper offered this description to Tomlinson.
The taser is almost like 1,000 baseball bats hitting you at the same time, and it's just going through your system.
But the level of force was not the reason Garcia lost her job. After reviewing her training records, the State Patrol determined she had not completed required taser certification. Colorado State Patrol Major Brett Williams wrote, "It is my finding that Trooper Amber Garcia was not certified nor authorized to carry and use the EMDT weapon that was used against the motorist on May 4th, 2024. The agency accused Garcia of falsifying taser records, being dishonest, and they said she violated the core values of the organization. The case was referred to the local district attorney with the expectation criminal charges might follow. Did you see that he was incapacitated and couldn't follow her commands?
I did.
District Attorney Ann Kelly reviewed the video and consulted with other law enforcement professionals about what happened along this rural stretch of highway.
Some of them said, yeah, I think that rises to the level of a criminal charge.
Others told her it was not criminal. Kelly concluded she could not prove a criminal case to a jury. She said a policy violation is not necessarily a crime and declined to file charges.
It's attempted murder.
To believe that this individual meant to do her harm. And I believe her use of force was absolutely justified.
Wow.
Mr. Tomlinson should never have done what he did.
Kelly also rejected the State Patrol's finding that Garcia had falsified training records.
Do you agree with their assessment?
No, absolutely not. Do I believe that she has credibility issues? I absolutely do not. Do I believe that she violated any criminal laws? I absolutely do not.
Then came a twist nobody at the State Patrol was expecting. A year after the taser incident, Kelly hired Garcia to work as an investigator in her office.
She has proven that she was the best candidate.
They fucking.
We're so lucky to have her. I have no reservation about the work that she's doing for us. Our community needs good law enforcement officers, and she's one of them.
Amber Garcia's attorney declined to comment. The Colorado State Patrol declined to comment, citing the pending lawsuit filed by Travis Tomlinson.
When I say I was fearful for my life, I mean that.
Turn over now! Turn over! Put your hands behind your back!
I thought I was going to die because I can't respond to what she's telling me to do.
Travis Tomlinson was initially charged with obstruction of a peace officer and failure to yield to a police vehicle after that traffic stop. But the DA later dropped those charges. Since this taser incident, Tomlinson has been charged in a new unrelated case with felony assault, menacing, and false imprisonment. He's scheduled to go on trial in that case next month.
And there's so many twists and turns to this story, Brian, and it's interesting to hear the DA talk about her process and why she...
The DA and that cop are fucking.
...hire this same trooper who was fired by State Patrol.
Yeah, Ann Kelly, the DA, she calls Amber Garcia, the former trooper, just fantastic. And she says that while they didn't know each other before all this, she said a previous police department gave Garcia a very strong reference, which was part of the reason that she hired her.
And the taser certification between State Patrol and the DA is also quite the tryst here.
Well, it really is. Ann Kelly's office ended up doing their own investigation, and they concluded that Garcia was properly certified to use a taser when all this happened. And they said she did not appear to make untruthful statements about her certification. So there's clearly a real gap, a rift now between the State Patrol and that local DA's office down in Saguache.
Yeah, Brian, great reporting as always.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't trust the fucking cops. And they fired her not because she improperly used the taser, but because she supposedly wasn't properly trained to use it. They thought the taser use was justified. Insane. Jesus Christ.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Quesadilla, Oregon gal, as leftist, blow. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Welcome in, everyone. I don't trust the cops talking about another cop who's apparently fucking the DA. Okay, see, when he said it's my land, that's what I kind of thought at first, was that he might have been native and they were on a reservation and that the cop didn't have jurisdiction. That was, I was like, ooh, we're coming up on one of those, eh? But no, that doesn't appear to be what happened. Because, yeah, my lord, would that change your opinion? If it was native land and the cop did not have a right to pull him over, that's completely different. But that doesn't appear to be what happened, unfortunately. How many airplane incidents are we going to cover this year? 2 planes almost collided. What is it George Carlin says? It's a near hit, not a near miss. Close call between 2 planes at Logan International Airport in Boston.
Now to a close call that happened at Logan Airport today. A Delta Airlines flight was forced to perform a go-around this morning as it was coming into land. Take a listen to some of the communication between the pilots and air traffic controllers involved.
Mark 3161, where you going? You cleared for takeoff, 3161.
And here's a live look at the airport right now. Officials say it was a Delta flight that was approaching a runway when it received a warning of nearby air traffic, but the quick-thinking pilots were able to climb back into the air and to later land the plane safely. All 129 passengers are safe. The FAA is now investigating what happened.
We are getting way air traffic controllers are overworked and underfucked. There's not enough of them. We don't have near enough air traffic controllers. So many things wrong with our airline system. Dankness, welcome in. Light one up, tip one back. Curious to be back with some leafy vegetables for me here momentarily. I'm hitting my vape pen. I'm glad we weren't reporting on a tragedy again. Too many. Remember that dude that got sucked into the engine? That was wild. Apparently he was trying to off himself though. That wasn't a tragic accident. He was trying to do that. But man, all those people on that plane. Go to Fairfax, Virginia, very upscale neighborhood. And I'm sure the neighbors were upset because a teen takeover happened either Friday night or last night.
Dozens of teens on motorbikes spotted disrupting traffic in Northern Virginia.
Fairfax County Police responded to that crazy scene. Fox 5's Shamari Stone has the story from Tyson's Corner.
Tonight, some drivers tell me that this was extremely dangerous. They say that the teens could have caused a serious accident, hurting other drivers or themselves. Let's take a look at the video. Take a look at the children. 100 teenagers, some recklessly riding motorbikes in McLean near Tyson's this afternoon as they pop wheelies near cars, trying to switch lanes. They surround some drivers who are trying to get over to the right-hand lane. Moments later, they ride in front of other cars, forcing people to slow down to avoid hitting them. The large group makes a right turn on the International Drive, riding on sidewalks near pedestrians as they approach Greensboro Drive around 2:30 this afternoon. Tonight, we spoke to a scared driver who saw the teens while her husband, a passenger, shot the video.
I was startled at first. I was the one driving, and all of a sudden I just saw out of the corner of my eye all these kids come around the corner. And then I realized there was probably at least 100 of them. I saw one fall. I said, oh my gosh, that kid just fell. And then a car had to swerve. And then I thought another kid got hit because a truck, which wasn't recorded, went up over the curve around the turn. And I was just terrified a kid was going to get killed.
And tonight, Fairfax County Police tell us that they did respond here around 2:30 p.m. They say that some of the teens dispersed, but they were able to catch some of them. They say that they talked to them. No arrest and no citations were issued. I'm Shamari Stone. Back to you.
How are you supposed to smoke then, Dankness? Okay, so it's reckless. It probably was dangerous and shit, but I also don't care. I really don't. Kids will be kids. Flo, thank you for throwing out the gift sub. And thank you for the resub. Yeah, scared driver, like seriously. Are you Quesadilla? I feel like you're singing the lyrics to the new version of We Didn't Start the Fire. BLM, protest pig, response military, anti-mine, Bearcats, rubber bullets, and Gastine takeovers, no arrest. We didn't start. I'm sorry, I'm horrible. I'm not a good singer at all. Oh, you had to use oh shit, that sucked. Okay, so wasn't it really windy on the tarmacs? Because don't you have, like, not just, like, jet engines all the fucking time, but you've got, like, usually airports are in a place where wind is, like, free-flowing. There's not a lot of obstructions and shit. There's other, like, blowers and shit. Isn't like it's very windy on a tarmac? Anonymously, welcome in. I can't sing. That's another thing. Like, so that's how I became a broadcast. Oh, I put my fucking. We got a hype train going on. It didn't do my graphic. What the shit? Got a glass of tea over here. I grabbed my empty soda bottle. I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, the train graphic came up. It didn't for me. I was let down. We got a hype train going on. I mean, quesadilla, it's fucking kids today. I would say they didn't have guns because it was DC and they're illegal and they're not very common. I know, yes, shooting still. It happens, but they're less likely to be carrying guns than other parts of the country, including like Texas. RFK Jr.'s, is he actually, like, I don't know if you're joking or not, Drake. I don't know if you're making, it's amazing that RFK Jr. hasn't been swimming in the reflecting pool. I don't know why I didn't, like, I should have made that meme, RFK Jr. going for a swim. Like, I forgot about him swimming in raw sewage. That happened so long ago. No, that's the thing. I don't know if you're joking because that could totally be true. We watched him swim in raw sewage. That was a thing that happened, what? Before the election, or was that right after the election? It's hard telling where he picked up that brain. You do not know where RFK Jr. has been. Do not put him in your mouth. It might have been like last spring or something. I want to feel like I was at the old apartment, and that would put it around election time. But I also have no sense of time, so it could have been this time last year. So I got Starbucks workers here. A Starbucks worker was fired because somebody tried to rob their store, and they fought off the robbers, and Starbucks rewarded them by firing them.
All it's going to do is dissuade people potentially from protecting their own lives when they may need it the most, and that is not a world that we can live in.
A Starbucks robbery stopped.
Oh no, I'm going to tell you, you don't fight robbers. You're putting your life on the line that way. Just give the robbers what they want, because who gives a fuck about Starbucks property? What this motherfucker's trying to do is try to make a self-defense argument out of it. Be like, oh, you're telling me people can't defend themselves when they're robbing a Starbucks. No, just give them the fucking money. Go lock yourself in the back office. Don't give two shits about Starbucks' property. Fuck off with your libertarian argument.
All it's going to do is dissuade people potentially from protecting their own lives when they may need it the most, and that is not a world that we can live in.
A Starbucks robbery stopped by employees who were fired because of it. We now have exclusive access to video never before seen publicly, which Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes just obtained tonight.
If you've been in St. Louis a while, you are likely familiar with this.
Why does he look like he's ready to fight me? This dude, like, he's wanting to take me out back. He's offering to beat my ass for me. Like, it cut to him and he's all angry. He's like, you wanna do this? His name is Chris Hayes.
If you've been in St. Louis a while, you are likely familiar with this unique building near the SLU campus, but you have not seen the video we're about to show you. Robbers being stopped by 2 Starbucks employees who were fired because of it. It was a Sunday in December 2023, the middle of the afternoon. Michael Harris was working drive-thru.
We were just going about our normal day. 2 robbers walked in.
One suspect walks behind the counter and shoves a female worker to the ground.
I was scared, but also
damn, that dude's sexy
at the moment, because I was just like, whatever we could do to just get them out of here would be perfect.
The robbers demand money and strike Harris with a gun.
After that point, like when my vision went black, I was like, I'm about to get shot.
A customer in the drive-thru sees what's happening and reverses her car.
It was definitely a life or death situation in my eyes.
Another worker, also fired after this, saw a suspect lower his gun, so he shoved him and noticed the gun was fake.
The trigger broke off when they hit him with it. My coworker announced that it was a fake gun, like right as he got it off of them. And that's when we jumped and like started to fight them a little bit more.
But now in prison after robbery convictions. Harris says he got a call from corporate.
They said, this is Starbucks. We are terminating you effective immediately.
He hired attorney Ryan Krupp.
You have the right to self-preservation. You have the right to make sure that you and your family are not going to be physically harmed. Full stop.
Krupp says Starbucks' response could lead to a future deadly outcome.
All it's going to do is dissuade people potentially from protecting their own lives when they may need it the most. And that is not a world that we can live in.
Starbucks did not respond to our request for comment.
I mean, I kind of do agree with him in that situation. Like, they had a right to beat their asses. Like, robbers threaten their lives and they find out it's a fake gun. Like, I'm all about the workers beating the fuck out of them then. That kind of wasn't the scenario I was imagining. Like, that was a different situation. Like, they weren't putting their lives on the line for trying to, like, defend Starbucks or anything. And also, like, damn, dude. When it comes to women, I just, like, I have no standards whatsoever. But men, like, I have a very specific type. I would not imagine that this dude would spit in your drink. If you go to a store, and I wouldn't mind if he spit in my drink, to be honest with you. But, like, I don't think he's going to be spitting in your drink. You go to a Starbucks, he's going to take real good care of you. He seems like a stand-up dude. But now, Arby's, not the same. You go to Arby's, you may get the herpes.
On to a story we all wish would be just a gross urban legend. But in McCurtain County, a former Arby's manager is charged with felony poisoning, accused of spitting in a woman's food and giving her herpes as a result.
After a long night bartending, Jenica Church stopped at Arby's in Broken Bow.
It was taking a little bit of time. Thought they were probably mad at me because it was right about to close.
Jenica said she had some history with Amanda Hendricks, the manager, but nothing major. She went home, ate, and shared sandwiches with her father-in-law and grandmother-in-law.
Jenica, her husband, the kids, and the grandparents all lived together. After that night, Jenica's mouth began to flare up like it never had before. The doctor diagnosed her with herpes.
Several times a week, I get a flare-up. It goes all the way up to the top of my eye twitches. I mean, it's very painful.
You're probably wondering, how could she possibly connect herpes to Arby's? Broken Bow is a small town. Jenica says Amanda Hendricks was bragging about spitting in her sandwiches that night. And Jenica's daughter
heard the story. According to the affidavit, Broken Bow police say they pulled cameras and saw Amanda spitting in the food. She's charged with felony poisoning with intent to injure. A warrant has been issued for her arrest.
You hear that as like a tale that wouldn't happen.
That's literally what I was just about to say. Like, people say, oh, we'll spit in your food or whatever, but I've never seen that happen.
Jenica and her family filed a lawsuit.
Oh, I have.
Amanda, Arby's, and affiliated restaurant groups claiming extreme anxiety, emotional distress, and fear of infection. Jenica fears it'll impact her service industry work.
Personally, if I go out to eat and I see somebody with that big old thing on their face, I don't want them serving my food. I can't kiss my daughter's face off anymore. That was like my thing. Just kiss your face off. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's sad.
The fallout is tough for Jenica's mother-in-law, Patricia Dollarhite, to even talk about.
I'm sorry. When we were leaving today, my son was sitting at my table eating breakfast, and he wanted a kiss. Bye. But he could not have one. So you bet I'm angry. I see what it's doing to my grandchildren, to my son, to my husband. I don't want to kiss my husband. He ate the food. Because he hasn't had an outbreak doesn't mean he don't have it.
The family attorney, Will Blocker, says he's floored that it appeared to be accepted behavior, as no other witness employees did anything.
And they let it go all the way out the door to the point my client now has a communicable disease. That has to be culture deeper than just Arby's Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Maybe it's Flynn Restaurant Group and all 300 different kinds of stores they own. I don't know, but we're going to find out.
So we reached out to Broken Bow Police about the footage, but it is a holiday, so we'll reach back out on Monday. We've also asked Arby's for comment and have not heard back yet.
What fucking holiday? Oh, Juneteenth. I was like, was this Memorial Day? What? I feel like this just happened. I just assumed going to Arby's gave you herpes anyway. I'm not a fast food person. I've done the news for way too long in my life. Don't really want to fly on airplanes. I don't really want to go out to eat. If I do, I want to go to a nice restaurant. Tip people really well. Be really nice to my serving staff. You know. That's... I just assumed Arby's gave you herpes. See, I ain't doing no to-go orders, cause I'm particular about food. If I can cook it better, and you guys know I love to cook, I ain't gonna go eat it. Like, that's why I have like a Taco Bell, like, rarely. And it's kind of a treat when I have it once every 6 months, once every year or something. I eat out very rarely. When I do, like, it tends to be a good local restaurant. Like, we went to that Greek place the other day and it was fucking amazing. I don't like doing to-go orders or delivery orders because, like, it's always cold by the time you get back. I want to enjoy my food. I want it nice and warm. But you know what? If I won the lottery, I would order you all food right now. I'd get everybody a free meal. But perhaps a cashier might hide the winning lottery ticket from me that she sold me.
A cashier arrested for allegedly stealing a receipt for a winning lottery ticket. I'm Troy Campbell in Volusia County, where the sheriff's office says that the victim
I apologize to anybody if this is your first time watching the show. Usually my segues are way smoother. I don't know what's up with me tonight. They've really been tortured getting there. I apologize. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
A cashier arrested for allegedly stealing a receipt for a winning lottery ticket. I'm Troy Campbell in Volusia County, where the sheriff's office says that the victim plays the same numbers every time before they finally won. But they say the cashier here tried to prevent him from cashing out his winnings. The Volusia Sheriff's Office arresting 40-year-old Tamika Hall on a felony charge of grand theft. Investigators say the victim, who's an elderly man, showed up.
I'm sorry, it's usually derogatory to say this, but that totally is a nappy-headed hoe. I remember when Don Imus got fired for that, like 2005. But that's fitting.
Investigators say the victim, who's an elderly man, showed up to the
Justin.
Walmart convenience center in DeLand on Sunday morning to claim a winning Florida lottery ticket for the amount of $2,700. That's when Hall, who was working as a cashier, provided him with instructions how to claim his winnings. But a few hours later, the victim realized Hall never handed him his receipt, which is required in order to claim the money. The victim went back into the store and spoke to the manager. Detectives say that's when the manager reviewed surveillance video, and it showed Hall, quote, fold it up and put it in the left pocket of her uniform vest. Tamika eventually left work for the day. On Monday morning, Volusia's deputies met with Hall inside the security office of the Walmart. Investigators say Hall told them after she spoke with the victim, she got busy with another customer and quickly put the receipt in her pocket with the intention of giving it to her manager, which she never did. Deputies say they walked with Hall to her car, where they retrieved the receipt for the winning Florida lottery ticket before putting her in handcuffs.
You need to protect that ticket. You don't want to lose track of that ticket.
Oscar Acosta is the founder of LottoExpert.net. He says if you have a winning ticket, it's important to sign the back, take a photo, and of course, have your receipt.
There is a level of trust. It requires a receipt, so then you can mail it in, or if it's a major prize, you're probably better off going in person.
Acosta also says with the growing popularity of lotteries, there will also be more people looking to take advantage.
People love lotteries. I don't know if it's more about the chase than, to be able to say, I won it.
Do you guys play the lottery?
But, they seek there is an opportunity. And quite frankly, it's changed people's lives.
Now, Walmart did decline to comment on the...
For the worst, by the way. Most people that win the lottery have tragic stories on the other side.
Incident, but they do say Hall has since been terminated from her employment. In Volusia County, Troy Campbell, News 6.
And yeah, most people are just pouring money into it and will never see any benefit, but the people that do win tend to have their lives ruined by it. I'm also sorry to anybody that thought that what I said was racist. I totally didn't mean it in a racist way. A nappy-headed hoe, I don't think that's racist. And she was pretty nappy-headed. But also, like, I'm edgy comedian, shock jock is what I've always been called. I'm not woke. I'm not going to police anybody's language, but I totally understand how language is used. Like, I was using the N-word up until about, like, 4 or 5 years ago, but it just always became about my usage of whether I was in the right to use it as opposed to the message that I was conveying. So that's why I stopped using it, because I'm a communications person and I understand that. And I've said some horrible things, and I'm going to continue to say horrible things. I apologize in advance. I'm probably not going to stop doing it. The fact that I'm aware of it makes it worse, I guess, but I don't know. We're also having fun. I think there's bigger issues in the world than me cracking jokes about things. But I also understand how words are super powerful and they have an effect. I'm open to being won over to arguments for me to change my language. I'm receptive to that. We're down to like I probably skipped some stories, didn't I? Yeah, I did. We'll do those tomorrow. Well, yeah, let's do the Waymo stuff. A dude in San Francisco, because I hate Waymos. Waymos are horrible. And it's just like, I grew up on Eddie Murphy and Bill Hicks and George Carlin, and, you know, entered my teens and 20s with South Park, and like, that's my thing. And I was the prime audience for Comedy Central and the edgy 90s comedy and shit. I also want to be sensitive to people. You trust Waymo more than a person, but they cause all kinds of issues. Like this dude got trapped in a Waymo.
Calling nearly 4,000 of its cars because of software issues and continuing to keep its cars off freeways. This after multiple reports of its cars driving through construction zones. Waymo is telling federal regulators it's working on a fix, but ABC 7 Eyewitness News reporter Tim Johns spoke with one passenger whose trip took a frightening turn.
Holy dude.
This was the moment San Francisco resident Elliot Slade's Waymo went haywire. Slade says he was about 5 minutes into a journey along Highway 101 when his Waymo came into a construction zone last month. He says while the car first tried merging into other lanes, it eventually drove into the construction zone itself before taking off.
But there were signs, there were lights, there were cones, and it went through the cones and then sped up straight away.
To make matters even worse, Slade tells us a nearby highway patrol car began chasing after them after seeing what was going on.
Shouting, "Stop Waymo, stop Waymo, stop Waymo." We're like, what the heck is going on? We don't know what's going on.
Slade says the Waymo eventually left the construction zone and then took an exit off of the freeway into a residential neighborhood. Instances like these are what's led Waymo to recall the software for almost 4,000 cars, according to notices filed with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Records show there were 7 cases on Bay Area roads just in one day last month. In a statement sent to ABC 7 Eyewitness News, Waymo says they've identified improvement areas for their cars in construction zones. They've also voluntarily restricted freeway access while they implement those improvements. A move supported by Slade, who says he and his fiancée even feared for their lives.
In that moment, it's like, oh, this technology is not ready. This is 100% not ready. If something else had gone wrong, someone in that road might have got hit. We might have crashed in the car.
Autonomous vehicle experts say while issues will happen with new technologies, there are steps companies like Waymo can take. That includes things like better sharing of data between cars and state organizations.
Transportation agencies.
Did that thing say PP on the top of it?
They are actively feeding data into these data exchanges that connected vehicles.
Slade took an Uber home that night and says he's only taken Waymo once since the incident.
I don't want to use it again. I think it was a moment that even getting into it again was like kind of freaky.
Bit of PTSD.
A bit of PTSD, yes.
In San Francisco, Tim Johns, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
I bet he's the kind of guy to pull out a guitar at a party. You want to know one of the worst things I ever said? I probably shouldn't do this. I already ran people off. You want to know one of the worst things I ever said? Back in 2016, I had one of my friends, she was Jewish, and she shared out this picture of this little girl, and she had like really curly hair, really prominent features. And the post said she was so excited to go up to Bernie Sanders and tell him that she was also Jewish. And I commented, "You didn't have to tell him, little girl." I'm horrible. Like, what? My friend got so mad at me. Like, how can you say something so anti-Semitic? And I'm like, I didn't think it was anti-Semitic. I'm sorry. I closed out the video I was going to do next. I'm sorry. I don't have it anymore. It's not here. God damn it. How many of you fuckers like some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Apparently we're getting a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I've always wanted like a single player action adventure RPG Ninja Turtles game. That would be so fucking cool. Like, I love the beat 'em ups, but I want like a gritty, adult oriented Ninja Turtle single player action RPG, and apparently we're getting it. You're playing what, Shredder's Revenge? It's fun as fuck. I love that game. But I want a single player adventure RPG. Well, I was thinking, like a Batman Arkham City kind of deal, or like a Spider-Man. In that vein. Kind of like a Assassin's Creed, but with Ninja Turtles. Because I'm that age. I fucking love Ninja Turtles. I grew up on the show. This is like my favorite cartoon as a kid. So I would kind of like to make a trip out to LA and get some Ninja Turtles pizza.
Talked about new dining experiences in Santa Monica.
Oh, yeah. KTLA's Aaron Myers.
Oh, Santa Monica, not LA.
And Ninja Turtles restaurant. You have friends in line behind you. Good morning, Aaron.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Yeah, it opens at 11, but you can see we already have a line of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans here, and they're going to have some good pizza today. I already tried a slice of the cowbunga cheese. It was very tasty, but they have a whole bunch you can try here. Grand opening. I want to start with Asa and David. They're the first in line. Now, you have your favorite Ninja Turtle here. Who is this, and why is he your
Who's
favorite?
your favorite? Michelangelo.
And the reason why I like him is because he's funny.
He's funny, and you already tried the pizza. What did you think?
Yeah, that was me too when I was a kid.
Very good.
Very good. And which one did you have?
Cheese.
Cheese. She had the cowbunga cheese like me. Can I get a high five on that?
Raphael's my favorite as an adult.
And David, what did you think? You guys already got to have a taste of all this before.
Oh yeah, the pizza's really good. It tastes just like a New York slice, And I believe they get really scientific with it. From what I heard, the pH level is just like New York, I don't know how to get it.
They put some work into this. And how
authentic, really good,
Oh yeah, because they say one of the things that make the dough in New York pizza good is the New York water.
How excited were you for this to open? You said you love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You guys watched together.
Oh yeah, we set up shop like near 5 a.m. So we were like one of the first ones here, so.
Well, you're going to have a great day.
I feel like they played the song loud enough to get a copyright.
A little later, Asa. So hopefully you'll get to meet Michelangelo. But come on, guys, follow us in. They have several different kinds of pizza to try. They have desserts. They have all sorts of yummy stuff. You walk in and you feel like you're going into New York. And right there we have Chef Angelo. He helped create what you're seeing here. Take a look. Now, Chef, fill us in on what we got going on.
Well, we have our display of our signature pizzas, all right? We have everything from the classic cheese to the classic pepperoni to some very familiar combos like a veggie supreme, a meat supreme. Oh, and here's Chef Arturo with the meat lovers, the meat smash, all right?
The meat smash.
Then we have newer school pizzas like the Shredder's Revenge that gets a little bit of Mike's Hot Honey. Shout out Mike's Hot Honey.
Ooh.
And then we got some fancy ones with white wine, lemon cream, and mushrooms for the fancier type.
Do you have a favorite?
I gotta say this. The meat smash is absolutely amazing. It has 5 different meats on it.
I'm a meat guy.
It just hits the spot with some green ranch. Oh my God.
And we were talking about how authentic this is. Even the water. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh man. Okay, so water's, different everywhere, tap water. So California, it's different in terms of it just has different treatment, right? We're spoiled in New York because there's minimal treatment for our water facilities. So we just had to do a certain filtration system here in Los Angeles to make the crust color and pop and have the right structure that we wanted. And I think we nailed it here.
Well, it looks delicious. It tastes delicious. We'll put some details up on the screen if you guys want to come check everything out today. The grand opening happening. Doors open at 11. All sorts of fun surprises for guests that
I'd try out the one with the pepperoni and the jalapenos and the hot honey. That looks good.
The Heroes in a Half Shell. And just real quick, I wanted to show you guys before we send it back to you, merchandise as well. And
I'd try all of them.
Tell me what these are real quick. I love them.
Custom skateboards made for TMNT Pizzeria just for us. You can only get it here.
You can only get it here, guys.
If you're going to give me a slice of everything, I'll try a slice of everything.
Oh my gosh. My favorite, right there.
You love
Leonardo.
Oh, she's Leonardo. Who's everybody's favorite turtle? As a kid, I loved Michelangelo. Now, as an adult, I think Raphael is the best turtle. Especially like he's the star of the first movie. Rare Geep was born in Ohio. I'm assuming a goat fucked a sheep.
A paternity dispute on a local farm has social media buzzing over a rare birth. So rare that there aren't even statistics to count how many are born each year. In Olmsted Falls, a 5-year-old adopted sheep named Ramona got pregnant by a goat, producing what is known as a geep. Baby Clara was born on Memorial Day. Geeps usually don't survive birth, making her exceptionally rare.
But when you take into account all of the factors, like she looked more like a goat, she acts more like a goat, she sounds more like a goat. The sheep shearer came out and said it's crossed with something, and then you look at a side-by-side, it's hard to ignore.
Owners of the farm did a DNA test to see if Clara really is a geep, but learned that only an expensive chromosome test can confirm Clara's paternity.
She is beautiful. I was going to call it a monstrosity.
The farm has social media buzzing over a
freak of nature.
So rare that there aren't
but it is kind of cute.
To count how many are born each year. In Olmsted Falls, a 5-year-old adopted sheep named Ramona got pregnant by a goat, producing what is known as a geep. Baby Clara was born on Memorial Day. Geeps usually don't survive birth, making her exceptionally rare.
But when you take into account all of the factors, like she looked more like a goat, she acts more like a goat, she sounds more like a goat. The sheep shearer came out and said it's crossed with something, and then you look at a side-by-side.
If you're watching on Twitch, stick with us, and we're going to watch that
Owners
crazy
of the farm did a DNA test to see if Clara really is a geep.
Police chase with the homeless dude still in the police car.
Test can confirm
if you're
Clara's
watching
paternity.
on YouTube or the podcast or Facebook, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol.
Even statistics to count how many are born each year. In Olmsted Falls, a 5-year-old adopted sheep named Ramona got pregnant by a